Hello and welcome to this brief introductory video on what is hypnosis, what is hypnotherapy, and even deeper, what is interpersonal hypnotherapy. My name is Matthew Brownstein. I'm the founder and lead instructor of the Institute of Interpersonal Hypnotherapy, and to get started with this, I will offer you a quote from one of my dear mentors, the late great Mr. Gil Boyne. Mr. Boyne referred to hypnotherapy as a therapy for the people. To explain that, I love the model that we help the able to become more able. So hypnosis is a natural yet altered state where we have communication and responsiveness with the subconscious mind. Yet hypnotherapy essentially is when we're turning the use of the hypnotic state into a profession. So to go back to the idea that this is a therapy for the people, it works with the model that we help the able to become more able. There are therapeutic and non-therapeutic uses of hypnosis, yet it's important to understand that anyone can practice hypnosis and hypnotherapy to some degree. It just depends on your training and your credentials. I invite you to check us out at instituteofhypnotherapy.com to learn more about scope of practice assessment, hypnosis laws, and what you can and can't do with this as a profession. But to go into a modern definition of healing and awakening relates to a main theme in our school, which is that our training is a path of healing and enlightenment. So that's the first thing to understand, is that you can use hypnosis to heal your mind, to heal your body, and to improve your life in basically every way possible, because your mind is extremely powerful. Beyond just the idea of healing, awakening, or enlightenment is to come to know who you truly are, and even better than that is a self-actualized life where you know who you truly are, you know your mission, you know your purpose, and you use the power of your mind to achieve success in every aspect of your life. Older schools of thought might make you think that hypnosis is where you're unconscious or out of control, or somebody who's more powerful than you has control over you. A modern definition of hypnosis says that this is a very empowered state of mind, that anyone can help anyone else with it when there's willingness to do so, and that it really can only benefit you, of course, when it's used in the right way. So if we redefine hypnotherapy, or simply start with defining it, but why do we say redefining it? Because the older school of thought can be misleading. For instance, terms like you're under hypnosis implies that you're under someone's power. We say that you're in hypnosis, and we actually work to make the practitioner to become obsolete in the life of the client, so that everyone realizes this is your own empowered state of mind and you can use it for your greatest good. However, it does help to have other people facilitate your process. When we talk about hypnosis, it's important to understand we're talking about working with the subconscious mind. So we define hypnosis as a natural yet altered state of mind where we have communication and responsiveness with the subconscious. Your subconscious mind is basically your emotional heart, simply stated, and your conscious mind is pretty much the thoughts you have in your head. The heart, the emotional self, is really the mass of the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg is just what you're aware of in your conscious mind. Think about a computer. The hard drive is the mass of what the computer is all about. The screen is only a fraction of what's actually in the hard drive programming. With hypnosis, we can reprogram the subconscious mind so that it could yield better outputs. But with hypnotherapy, we can talk directly to it so that we can transform it. You might say basic hypnosis is where you learn to reprogram the subconscious, where you're talking at the subconscious. Yet in hypnotherapy, you learn powerful transformational modalities to talk with the subconscious. When we do that, we have very profound, long-term lasting change because we've changed the root cause of the problem. So we redefine hypnotherapy in the sense that there is a sacredness to the relationship, which what leads to our style of interpersonal hypnotherapy, where we honor that within your subconscious mind, it's not just that you have negative memories, negative beliefs, and negative emotions, which lead to psychosomatic illness and negative behaviors. We honor that within your subconscious are also unforgiven or unhealed relationships. So you might redefine hypnotherapy as a way of getting deep forgiveness within the subconscious, which is to say to let go, forgive, or to let go of dysfunctional patterns that no longer serve you at the root cause level to yield profound and lasting change beyond just simply talking about your problems or turning to diagnosis and medication. This is deep-seated change that occurs on the subconscious level. People do have myths and misconceptions about hypnosis that might turn them off from this. As a profession, the biggest myth is that prior degrees are required, that you have to be a doctor or a psychotherapist. That's not true. You might be somewhat limited to what you can do in private practice depending on your existing credentials. But first know that the myth that you can't do hypnosis or hypnotherapy if you're not licensed is not true. We are a licensed school, and schools should, in my opinion, and in the opinion of the Department of Education, schools need to be licensed. But a hypnotherapist is certified, and you don't have to have any prior degrees to do that. But to use the state, it's important to understand this state. Hypnosis basically implies that you are conscious. You're not asleep. You're not under someone else's control. When you're hypnotized, you could reject any suggestion that might not serve you. So if the hypnotist said something that you don't like, agree with, or you find morally unacceptable, you could simply reject the suggestion, open your eyes and say, hey, that's not okay, or just get up and walk out of the room. The biggest myth is this control fallacy that you're under someone else's control. You'd say things you don't want to say or do things that you wouldn't want to do. The truth is, hypnosis is a hyper-amplified state of mind. We call it hyperacuity, or a natural state of heightened focus. Because of that, you are extremely conscious when you're in this state, and when you're working with the right practitioner, you are empowered to make your own choices, to think your very best thoughts, and to live your very best life. This goes way more than just stage hypnosis, but stage hypnosis for entertainment purposes can show you the incredible power of your mind. When you tap into that yourself, it can be awe-inspiring, and when you help others in that way as a profession, it's extremely rewarding. So there's absolutely a healing power to this work. When we use the word trauma here, there's degrees of that, but essentially we're talking about the ability to transform memories that are now stored in the subconscious so that they don't affect us anymore. Basically, every negative memory tends to lead to negative beliefs about oneself, which is why identity level change is such a powerful thing to experience. When you believe you're stupid, worthless, not good enough, bad, ugly, unlovable, etc., there's a lot of negative beliefs in there. When you hold those beliefs, it's always lowering your self-esteem, and it basically defines who you think you are. Those negative beliefs lead to the negative emotions of hurt and sadness, fear, anger, grief, and guilt. That leads to negative behaviors, and like I said, it can lead to psychosomatic illness. So by getting into the root cause of the issue, which is the subconscious memories, beliefs, and emotions, you make profound change in people's lives. Interpersonal hypnotherapy honors everything I just said, helping to transform physical symptoms, negative behaviors, negative emotions, negative beliefs, and the memories that cause all of that. However, within those memories, you will find relationships that are often unresolved or unforgiven. We honor the sacredness of transformational relationships in the interpersonal sense, that you and your client come together to improve your lives. The intrapersonal sense of this is that within the subconscious mind, in those memories, are unhealed or unforgiven relationships. Interpersonal hypnotherapy is all about honoring the importance of relationships and that personal wholeness can't come about while you're still feeling hurt and scared and angry or guilty when it comes to other people, because that unresolved pattern in your mind keeps you from experiencing personal wholeness, which keeps you from experiencing a much deeper sense of wholeness. So I warmly invite you to learn more if you're interested. Hypnotherapy can absolutely change the world, and I believe every one of us have a part to play in that you have a calling, a mission, and a purpose. If this speaks to you, I warmly invite you to check out instituteofhypnotherapy.com. You can download our free hypnotherapy care package, begin our training at no charge, listen to meditations at no charge, view our prospectus and our catalog, our training schedule, and a whole lot of other resources to help you to figure out, is this the right path for you? If it is, we're here for you, because we're here to help make the world a better place using the power of the mind, and it really all does start with hypnosis. So thank you for being part of this, and I hope to see you in future videos.